Here are 3 creative card controls. Note that the top card's the Jack of Diamonds, the bottom card is the 5 of Diamonds. First we need a random card selected. Let's go for the 8 of Spades. We'll place the 8 into the... Sorry, we'll do it face down. We'll place the 8 into the deck, leaving it out-jogged until the very last moment. Just like this, the 8 comes to the top. Next, we need another card selected, so let's go ahead and say stop. Remember this card, don't forget it. We'll leave it about halfway down in the center of the deck. If I've done everything correct, card comes to the top. The last card's the hardest. We'll actually just leave the same 8 out-jogged in the center of the deck. I'll square it all the way in. And just like that, the 8 comes to the top. Check out the new studio. I spent the whole weekend designing this bad boy. This is about as good as my design skills get, so I'm pretty hyped for how it's turned out. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. Welcome back to another Tutorial Tuesday. Or teas. Oh, I can murder a cup of tea. My name's Lloyd. In today's video, I'm going to teach you my top 3 creative card controls. The difficulty level ranges from easy to expert, so crack those knuckles. Let's get ready to learn some moves. And if you haven't done so already, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's a tiny gesture of gratitude that goes a really long way for me because we are this close to 50,000 subscribers, something which I genuinely never ever thought could be possible. So thank you all. If you do it for this video, I really appreciate it. But for now, let's learn some card controls. The first control is called the banana control, and it's really easy to do. There's almost no moves, but you do have to be aware of blocking using your hands. So what happens from the front, it looks like I placed the card in. Oh, let me do it again, face down, my mistake. And it gets controlled to the top. What's secretly happening is this. I condition my audience at first to see the card face up and to see this image, okay? It looks like that. Secondly, what I do is say, oh, actually we'll do it face down. I take the card out, I turn it around, and this time I'm going to place it straight on top of the deck, but I'm going to bend up and push the center right down. And if you notice the front edge of this deck here, when I push down, it gets smaller. It looks like it's halfway down, but it's actually on top, but I cover it. And on my hands, my fingers at the front are going to cover like that. And you can actually see it's pretty well covered. Even though we're on camera, this works really well in real life. Just really bend that card. Next, I square it all the way in, and I use my fingers as cover, so they don't see this, they see nothing, and then dribble, and the card is on top. That's the first control, that's the banana control. Alright, the next control is the premier control. It looks like this. Any card can be selected, so remember the 8 of Spades. We'll actually bury it about halfway down into the deck, and it immediately rises to the top. So the way this works is very simple. The card gets selected, but instead of just dropping this spread of cards to the side when I break them, I'm going to bring them up to my chest. Okay, this is kind of a natural, but it conditions the audience for what's about to happen next. It sets the trap. So I spread through. The card's either taken out or taken and replaced back into my hand. These cards come up, and then I display the card one final time. All right. As I swear back, I'm going to keep a pinky break under that card, like that. So I show, I come down, and now normally you'd want to bring your hand down to meet these. But what's going to happen actually is that this hand is going to come up to me. And as it does, I'm going to pull back on this card. And the reason it's important to have the break is because if you don't have it, all these cards will slide with it. So you keep the break, I pull back, and at the same time, I open the card like a book. Alright? And that allows me to come up, and I almost like hook over the top of this spread. So as these cards are here, this card comes over it like that. Alright? Now the reason we pull back and why it's so important is because if I just did this, you could see it. But by sliding it back, you can't see anything. Alright? So I come back, open up, place these on top, and now my right hand thumb, because this card is slid back considerably, about half an inch, my right hand thumb is going to slide the spread back to meet this card so that they're in line. And now when you come down, it looks like everything's copacetic and it all meets. So from the exposed view at speed, spread through, I lift these up, I show this card, come back. That was a bit over exaggerated, I'll do it one more time. So I come here, display, back, square it all up. From the front, it should look almost perfect. So here, just like this, comes to the top. If you'd like to win a deck of signed Moonshine Vintage Elixir playing cards created and designed by yours truly, sent to you for free anywhere you are in the world, then all you need to do is first of all make sure you hit that subscribe button and then comment down below to suggest a trick for me to create for Tutorial Tuesday in 2 weeks' time. Also, stick around for the end of the video to find out if you are the winner from last week's contest. Oh, that made me feel like so cool. The last control is the LTB control. It looks like this. We'll use a random card, in this case the 7 of diamonds. I'll place the 7 about halfway down into the deck and we can square it in, but again it comes to the top. Right, so the way that works is like this. A card gets selected, it doesn't matter what it is. As I display the card nice up front into their face, or even have them look at it, at the back of the deck, my pinky is going to open up a break and pull one card to the side, out jogged. Alright, just like that. As I come back, my fingers are going to slightly shield the card and it's going to almost go into a Tenkai position. Okay, but from the front, it looks like that. So if anyone knows Tenkai grip, Tenkai palm, it's like this. It almost does this. But what's going to happen is it's going to go straight to the top of the deck. Right, it's going to pivot in really quickly and go to the top of the deck using my hand as like a shield. So I almost turn to my side completely, like that. And as that happens, I'm going to execute Frank Garcia's riser move, which is often miscredited to Ray Cosby because he does the Ray's rise routine using it. But that is using your pinky to out jog this card, alright? So, card comes out and like this. And you don't have to be a professional at it. I'm not a pro at this move at all. I'm just proficient enough to get it like this. Okay, so one more time, my pinky pulls one card to the side, and then I can kick it forward just like this. It doesn't have to come too far out either, because as that's happening, I'll show you from the side. Get the break, pivot this, and my ring finger is going to contact this card and pull it forward as I quickly square the selection to the top of the deck, and then reposition my hand. Alright, so at speed, it looks like this. One more time. Here, display, out jog and spread. So, from this sort of view, comes in, and it times everything like that. But with the cover of my hand, and I always aim with my knuckles towards their line of sight, alright? So just towards their eyes. Speed, sort of half exposed. If I get the break ready, just like this. I immediately spread. And the key tip about this is that you don't do it while you're being burned. You sort of casually do it. So you come right up, you show them this card, and as you lean forward to start talking, you just very casually stick it in, and you almost want to grab their attention as you do the move. So you'd do this, you'd show the card, and you'd say something and just casually make it seem like you out jog it into the deck. And that's the move. Drum roll please, the winner from last week's contest is Chris James. Chris James was actually the first spotlighted artist in last Thursday's video. So congratulations, Chris James. In next Tutorial Tuesday's video, I will now have to create a trick using fire. So come back next Tuesday to see a trick that involves fire. I kind of have a rough idea what it's going to be, but it could be something completely different because I might change my mind when it comes to Tuesday's video. That being said and done, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 50k. Woo! Alright, I love you guys. I'll see you all soon. Peace.